Hey, what's going on? Today I made over a little over $3,500 trading. I took like 3 or 4 trades, but let me just jump onto straight onto the charts and I'll show you why I took the trades and what was the reasoning behind those trades without wasting any time, alright? And I'll see you towards the end of the video. Alright, so the first trade that I took was Apple, and then I took Microsoft. Apple was a strategy that I use. It's called suckers strategy, literally like sucker strategy. And if you want a ebook that I wrote on it, just send me the letter gift, 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 on my Instagram. The link to the Instagram would be in the description box below. Alright, so I took, after this Apple, I took Microsoft, and the reasoning of my Microsoft trade was this. Alright, so Microsoft was in a complete downtrend. Like, look at this. This is yesterday, and this is in the pre-market today. And if you go on a 60-minute chart first, where I made these levels, and I was like, damn, this 232 was a big level from the past. Right here, it was a big level from the past, and we gave up as soon as the market opened. We broke below the 232, and I missed it because I was expecting it to bounce a little bit, just because it made such a huge move down already. And I was like, maybe it will bounce, it will go like this, but that didn't happen, and it gave up, right? So it just gave up this level, broke below, and now I missed this. As a day trader, it's very important for us to understand that do not chase, right? If you understand how options work, you will like just know that chasing maybe is not the best idea, just because the premiums are spiked up. If you get in, a little pullback gonna kill your premiums, right? So I was waiting for some pullback, and we got a pullback to the VWAP right here, the VWAP of, and it was a whole number 231, and on the level 2 there was a lot of sellers sitting at 231, and I saw the sellers, and I'm like, okay, let me give it a try. And I was on the voice in my Discord. It's a free Discord. If you want to join, there will be a link down there as well. So 231, this is where I entered, and we took this trade all the way down around somewhere around here. When it started bouncing a little bit, we started taking profit, and it was like 40%, 45% profit. It was pretty beautiful trade. It was really beautiful trade. So this was Microsoft. Only reason was it broke a critical level, then pulling back, and there was a confluence. The confluence was, so confluence was right here. It was a whole number 231, big number, and it broke a critical level, and then we have a VWAP sitting there, and we also have a 8 EMA sitting there. This is like 8 EMA. We have VWAP and the 8 EMA sitting there. So there was a lot of confluence sitting right at the same spot, and the extra confirmation was a lot of sellers sitting there on the level 2 at the right time. Everything was like looking so perfect. Entered with a tight stop loss, and it worked beautifully, right? This candle from 231 to all the way to down there to 28.5, that's nearly $2.50 move, and it made like 45%. It's pretty good. All right, so this was the Microsoft trade that we took. The next trade was Amazon. Roughly the same idea. This was the same thing that I was watching on Amazon. We made a downtrend. Like, downtrend has started. Like, you can clearly see 87 to all the way in first 15 minutes we moved to 84. That's like a $3 move has already happened within 15 minutes. Downtrend started, and then I saw this pullback. Like, just look at this. The selling volume is insane, and the buying volume is so little. Like, look at this, how small this volume is, right, compared to the previous ones. And then I saw this VWAP and EMA sitting at the same price point, same like Microsoft trade, and I was like, okay, let me try this, just because it worked just so beautifully on Microsoft, and I'm like, let me just try it. And it was a whole number as well. 85 was a level right there, and I'm like, okay, let me try it. Tight stop loss 20 cents. Let me just give it a shot. It worked so good, and we literally, it was one of those insane trades. profit target somewhere around here. I think I got out somewhere around here because it was 10 o'clock and there was a PMI coming out at 10 and I didn't really want to take a risk. So I got out a little bit early. Didn't make much on it, but it was still a beautiful entry, beautiful trade, well executed. So it was very good. And then next trade was again Microsoft. We went back to Microsoft again. Why? Because I already traded this. I already know this is moving. Why would I look at some other play? Why would I try to find another play if I already know that I have a strong trend on a play, which is Microsoft? So I was like not even hunting for plays at this moment. I was just watching a couple of names which I traded already, and I know there's a trend already. So the reasoning for Microsoft trade was somewhere around here. We were like we started forming a little bit of a flag pattern right here. If I go on a 1 minute chart, I think I can show you a little bit better. I think this was somewhere here. Yeah, it was somewhere here. So why did I took it? It was forming this little flag, and I'm like, okay, the trend has picked up. It made a flag. It broke a flag really nicely. Now it's making a flag again. Let me try below 229. So even though the flag was breaking at 229.4, I wanted just extra confirmation. So I got in after it broke 229 and we made a move lower, right? Beautiful trade, well executed again. I had my game plan fully set up. I already knew what's moving. I already knew this flag worked before. Now let me give it a try, another try. Usually one tip that I've learned, the first flag on a 5 minute chart works. If that works, the second flag has a high chances of working. And after the second flag, the third flag is usually like, meh, not something that I look for. So first flag, if worked, the second flag has high chances of working. So I knew the first flag worked. So the second flag was like, all right, let me just get in. It has a high chances of working, right? And these are the stats that I came out from my back testing and stuff, right? So this was Microsoft trade, and the last trade that we took was again Amazon, because as I said, I already know what's moving. I didn't want to even try anything new at this moment. So I took this trade on Amazon. I entered somewhere here. This was my entry. Why I entered now? So this is ORB. This is a 15-minute ORB. And if you want to search for ORB, you can just go to the indicators and type ORB, and the ORB by this guy called, just go to the indicators and go ORB, and this guy called ZZZ Crypto. And my settings are this: 15, 9:30 to 9:45, and these are my settings. Anyway, so this, I had an ORB level, so it's a 15-minute range leveled. It broke below the ORB. Check out the volume when it broke below the ORB. Insane volume. And now I'm looking at this pullback. I'm like, again, it's a very small pullback. We're getting back to the ORB. It has a confluence with almost with the ATMA at that moment. And I'm like, all right, let me give it a try. Tight stop loss. So I was like, just looking at this. What was in my head was like this. This is what I was expecting. That was my trade, which I thought it can work, because right here, you see this? So I entered, everything looking good. From my plan, everything is looking good. I'm like, all right, if I'm risking 10-15 cents for nearly a 50-60 cent move, it actually, the risk to reward makes sense. But this trade didn't end up working. I had to take a loss here. So it's kind of like this. Hey, just think about it. You enter a play, you have an entry point, you have a stop loss, and you have a profit target. Everything is organized. You know, okay, this is what I'm looking at. This is why I'm looking at it. This is where my stop loss is. This is where my profit target is. If you have everything from all the points, you really do not need anything other than this, right? Like, that's a trade. That's a trade. And it's your responsibility to go out there and actually take the trade. Why? Because if you don't take the trade and the trade worked, you're going to end up chasing. If it didn't work, you already know you took a small loss. but it had a potential to make more money. And us as day traders, that's all we do every single day, right? So this was another trade which didn't work, but that's fine. Took a very small loss on this. Also because it was like kind of 10:30 already, and I'm like, okay, I took beautiful trades already. I really didn't want to stay there because I was already done for the day. And these were the few trades that actually made me a little over $3,500 today. And I hope this video was helpful. If this was, just throw the thumbs up, and I'm planning to make this kind of videos every single day for moving forward. Just seeing all the thumbs up, it kind of gives me like, okay, someone's watching out there. Gives me the motivation to actually make the videos, because I'm from Australia, and in Australia right now it's 5:45. That's my mom and dad. 5:45 in the morning. So it gives me motivation. I stayed awake and I made a video and people loved it. So I really appreciate if you can just give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel already. And that's all. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Or enjoy the rest of the day. Alright, cheers.